Madame on the beat.
I see mommy in Kechi, a rapper don't tell she the new for grave where my uche de Papa Emeka. Don't blind from growing, Pekin don't fall, now watch up I'm raw. We self they shake my hand no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today now dust we more. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know, babe.
She need the voice from under the soil. Brother, don't let my blood turn to oil. Little other they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she knows I be this woe. I beg, my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
No, make we try, yo. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts, we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
Oh, make we try, oh.
Back up joints with a trembling, oh, hey. If we no join our children.
This is my wicked word. This is my confusion word. Listen to Palibran. I will be telling you a story about one lady girl. Polly they go to work. Polly they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. The river they go. The river they go. Opposite Udi. But the rocking on the side. Along Gusukudu Road. I see people run. I see people run. Then I ask the driver. The driver waiting they happen. The driver waiting they happen. The driver tell the Palibai. See no day for talk. See no day for talk. If better you take your eye and see. Then I call the driver. The driver waiting. The driver waiting. This is my wicked word. This is my confusion word. Listen to this is my wicked word. This is my confusion word. Listen to Palibran, Palibran. I'm really telling you a story about one lady girl. Polly they go to work, Polly they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. Wherever they go, wherever they go. Opposite Udi, but the right hand the side. Along Gusukudu Road, I see people run, I see people run. Then I ask the driver waiting they happen. Driver waiting they happen. Driver tell the body boy, see no day for talk, see no day for talk. If better you take your eye and see, then I call the driver. Driver waiting, driver waiting.
I want you people to understand that the liberation of Biafra has entered the highest stage in the history of Biafra. Not even during the war. I am telling you, it has entered the highest stage ever. And we are going to do everything humanly possible in this life to restore Biafra. Everything humanly possible will be done. And I want you people to understand that the Biafra liberation is step by step, segment by segment, plan by plan, executions by execution. We'll be executing those plans according to the template till the last one. And Biafra.
Let us go talk about the objective of your struggle and how do you intend to achieve it in practical terms?
In practical terms, it is civil disobedience. The same way that Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. accomplished civil rights in America, the same way that Mahatma Gandhi led India to independence out of British colonial rule, the same principles we are applying, and might I add, very successfully too. We will do everything possible to unravel and unshackle the zoo called Nigeria. Everything humanly possible. No stone will be left unturned. We will sacrifice everything sacrificable. Material, life, blood will throw into.
And we will do everything humanly possible to see the Biafra.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this very Sunday sermon as we have to do what we have to do. We have come with a Sunday sermon. I wish everyone that has connected to this very program a very happy Sunday. Wherever you are watching from, I welcome you. I appreciate you. I thank you for joining us. Please kindly like and share to other platforms. Share to family and friends. Share this program to everyone that is close to you. Very important. It is Sunday. It is weekend. I know most of us have been tired with so many activities during the weekend. And so many have gone to church and come back very tired. Some are still in the church as we speak. And some people are still preparing to go. You know, we are scattered across all over the world. Biafrans are in all parts of the world and with different time zone. So whichever time zone you fall into, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. So accept us as we are. All you have to do is to please kindly help us and share this program to your platform, share to family and friends, share to anyone that is close to you. Very, very important. This is not the time that you watch program and keep it to yourself. This is not the time you come to a program, you will not click like, you will not share. This is not that time. At this time, when we are having attack from inside, from outside, from Nigerian government, from social media networks, you have to do better. To try, at least when you join the program, you bring one person along. By the time you bring one person, the next person bring one person. You see, we will have a full house and our message will be going far. They do not want us to speak. They want to gag our voice. But are you going to stop, allow them to do that? Will you allow them to continue to gag our voice? Will you allow them to continue to direct our speech? Will you allow them to continue to control what we say and how we say it? We must not allow that. We should not allow that. They are trying the best way they can. But you, as a Biafran that knows what we want, what we are fighting for, and what we are looking for, I expect you to do better. I expect you to be up and doing. Don't wait until you are being asked to share or to like. Just when you join the program, you do that. Encourage others to join us. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiam guide and protect every one of you. Once again, I wish everybody a very happy Sunday, more especially a happy Sunday to our Christian Biafrans, those are brothers and sisters who are Christians and they are Biafrans. I hope all of you prayed for Biafra in your churches. I hope you did so. I myself, I am a Christian. I went to church and I prayed for Biafra. Nobody can stop me from praying for Biafra. And I bet you my Christianity does not interfere with my Biafranness. I was first of all a Biafran before I decided to worship Chukwu Okike Abiama as a Christian. So you can equally decide to worship Chukwu Okike Abiama under that understanding. But do not forget that you are a Biafran first. That is where every one of us unites. So wherever you are and you're watching this program, I want you to understand that wherever you find yourself today, you are supposed to be the ambassador of Biafra. Every single one of us, we are supposed to be the ambassador of Biafra. Ambassador simply means the representative of Biafra wherever you are, and you have to represent well. Represent well wherever you find yourself, more especially at the critical time when we are looking for recognition. It is very important that we represent well wherever we find ourselves as a Biafran. In this platform, we promote the full restoration of Biafra. We promote the full restoration of the United States of Biafra. That is what we promote, and that is where we stand. And nobody can change that. It doesn't matter how you feel, it doesn't matter what you think, your envy and jealousy cannot stop us from holding on to this that we know is the right thing. Our purpose of coming here every blessed day to speak to Biafrans is nothing but to keep information flowing. We are not here to instigate violence. We are not here to preach hate. We are not here to cause confusion. We are not here to speak against any race or any religion. We are not here to speak against any tribe. Our purpose on this platform every day is to bring the plight of the Biafran people before the whole world, to tell the world what is going on in Biafra land. That is the main reason we are here. A lot of lies have been told against Biafrans. A lot of lies have been told against our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. A lot of lies have been told against our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. But we cannot continue these lies to fester. If we do not respond or explain, there are so many people who do not have the fact with them. So when you don't confront these lies and set the record straight, they run with what they know. And you wouldn't blame them. So many of the things that people believe today about the Biafra people, more especially the Igbo Biafrans, is because they kept silent, they never responded. For a very long time, the Biafrans never respond to attacks, to the media war against them. For a very long time, more especially the Igbo Biafrans. They kept silent. That is why many information went wrong. Many things that people believe today are something that never happened, never existed, but people believe it because that is the only story they know. That is the only story they know. So we have come today to continue to push this counter narrative. That is the main objective of being here, to push a counter narrative to every lie they are spilling against us. There are too many of them. Every day you wake up, you see one. Every day you wake up, you see one. And many of them are still there, generating more lies. And we have to match them head on. We have to continue to match them toe to toe to demolish every single lie they present against us. That is why we are here. I welcome every one of you who has made out his or her time to join us on this platform. Remember, you are free to join me on stage if you want to do so. If you want to join me on stage, feel free. All you need to do is to go to the comment section, you click the link, and you find yourself on stage. You come inside and then you join us on this discussion. Whatever be your line of argument, you bring it on. Let us deal with it. If you have a superior argument, much more better for us, because that superior argument will help us to strengthen lies that have been told against us. There are so many lies that have been told against us. So this superior argument will help us to destroy those lies and set the record straight. Is one of the purposes of coming here. We give you opportunity to everybody, even if you are not a Biafran, even if you are not from Africa, wherever you come from, and there is something you have heard about the Biafran people that you are somehow confused about, please, please, and please, click the link on the comment section and join us. If there is a question that is bothering you that you want to ask, the link is also there for you. Click the link, join me on stage, ask your question, I will respond. This is an interactive section. I don't do my program to gag people or to force people into believing what I say or to just be bossy about my program. No, I keep it open. I keep it open. Whatever contribution or opinion you have, you are entitled to your opinion. And when you join me in this platform, I will give you all the time in the world to pour out your heart. And at the end of the day, we will reach to conclusion. I might learn from you or you learn from me. Nobody is a master of knowledge. Every single one of us today is still in the process of learning. That is why every responsible and reasonable person will always give a chance for the other party to say their mind. You disagree to agree. You cannot continue to boss yourself over people and think you just believe that they will understand you and they must follow you. No. The only way you can earn respect from people, win respect from people, is by you allowing people to express themselves. When you allow people to express themselves, you will be able to win them over. Some of them are having genuine arguments. There are a lot of people that have genuine arguments. And if you don't hear them out, you wouldn't know how to straighten up their argument and put them on the right path. More especially at this point in time where there are confusions everywhere in the Biafran restoration. There are confusion in the east, in the west, in the north, in the south, even in the United States of Biafra that we are today. There are confusion everywhere. There are confusions. So how do you deal with those confusion? You deal with those confusion by opening up to them, be willing to listen, be willing to deal with it, be willing to hear it, allow people to voice out their opinion. so that we can be able to correct all these confusions right, left, and center. Every day you wake up, you go to the social media, you will see Biafrans themselves confusing themselves. Just like yesterday, you see many people, different platforms raising fund, this one raising fund, this one raising fund. Is Biafran restoration just about the fundraising? It is not. Are we supposed to raise funds to build Biafra? Of course we are supposed to. But it doesn't have to be everybody doing it. It doesn't have to be everybody doing it. But today, you are opening a room for the propaganda of the enemy. Open a room for the enemies to say, oh, we said it, that is what we're doing. Why would you allow such to happen? My fellow Biafrans, we must continue to retrace our step, redirect our mind. Today is Sunday, and many of us went to our various churches to pray. Did you pray for your nation, Biafra? Some of us are not even bold enough to put Biafra in their prayer. They will call you to lead prayer in your church. You can't even open your mouth and pray for your nation, the youngest country in this planet Earth today. So many of you, you have the opportunity in your church to speak about Biafra, to pray for Biafra. You never did so because you don't want to offend human being, because you want to look neutral. You want to be seen as somebody, oh, he's not one of them. If you are a Biafran and you are not part of Biafra, you should be ashamed of yourself. If you are a Biafran and you are not part of it, you don't preach Biafra, you are shying away from identifying with Biafra, you are part of the problem. At this stage in time, after the declaration of Biafra on the 29th of November 2024, every one of us is supposed to be representing Biafra wherever we find ourselves, more especially in our churches, in our gatherings, in our market, in our businesses. Your attitude must reflect what you want Biafra to be. Just like we are seeking for recognition. Most of those recognition are going to come from your attitude. The attitude of the Biafran people. We speak loud in this recognition. I saw a brother posted something in my group, posted something in a group where he said that it's a Biafran whose picture is everywhere in China. He said that that guy is a Biafran that in China, his pictures are everywhere in the airport in China. And when you hear that, first of all, you begin to think, what for? But when you listen further, you see the reason the guy's picture is everywhere in China is for a very good reason. He is representing Biafra. Representing Biafra. Somebody posted it on my group. And I would like to share it with some of us here, so that all of those of us who are in this platform will also share from that very information. Because this is what we are talking about. This is what we need. This is what we want. We want everyone to be representing wherever you are. You see that man, unlike the one in Ghana, this one is representing in a positive way. The Chinese government posted his picture everywhere because of the effort of the guy, adding to the economy, doing everything. They posted it in the, but this very thing, this one Nigerians will see it in that airport, but the news will not carry it. Nigerian news will never carry it. But if we are to be, they said, oh, China executed a Biafran for drug peddling, they will carry it. Their news will carry it. You see it everywhere. It will be the talk of the day. All the media network will carry it. And you'll be wondering, is there anything that the person did? You'll be wondering, why is it so? But these are some of the things that we are talking about. Some of the things that we see that we must address. And when we talk about it, representing Biafra, wherever you are, you must represent and represent very well. Oh, that is not it. Sorry for that. You must represent and represent very well. If you do not represent well, it is not going to tell well on you. Wherever you are as a Biafran, we must continue to represent Biafra and represent Biafra in a very, very positive note. And the time is now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for next year. At this point in time that we are seeking for recognition, it is our duty to represent. That thing somebody posted on a group, I was happy to see it. And you can imagine the same way I feel. That is how every other person will feel when they come across that. This is the kind of recognition that we want. This is kind of things we want to see as Biafrans. Not like the one we are hearing about, the man in Ghana who is now creating and bringing a problem, even though he might have a very good reason, even though he doesn't mean to harm anybody with that his move. But yet, with what we are seeing now and what we are facing, there is no time for such kind of thing. Look at the man, Ubunna. Somebody posted this on my group, Ubunna, and I want us to read it. Let us see it. Let me bring it closer. So we'll see this Ubunna. You see what it is? Meets Mr. Kenna Ubunna, based in Guangzhou, China. He is from Imo State, Igbo land. His pictures were seen scattered in many airports across China. The Chinese government have recognized his contribution to the economy of China. Igbo Amaka, Igbo Nwelu Mmadu. Did you see that? It is not him painting himself. It is not him announcing himself as the Igwe of China. He is not the Igwe of China. Who is the Igwe of China? Kingdom of it. He's not building a kingdom in China. The Chinese government themselves recognize this Igbo man. And they by themselves paste his picture. Look at his picture. Everywhere in Guangzhou, they say you see his picture everywhere. Dressed in a traditional attire, Ubunna. This is the kind of recognition that we are clamoring for. If this kind of an individual should make a move to Chinese government about Biafra, you think they will not respond? You think they will not respond? Of course they will respond. And if Chinese government hears that where this man come from, his people are seeking for their own independence, they will know that these are people who have something to offer if they are given opportunity. This is the kind of thing every Biafran should be doing wherever you are. When I talk about individual representation of Biafrans, anywhere you are, you must continue to represent. Because we will get to a stage where no human being on the planet Earth can put us down. We have gotten to that stage. Not we will. We have gotten to that stage where nobody on the planet Earth can suppress the cause of Biafra. Nobody can suppress the Igbos. It doesn't matter how you try. You cannot. You cannot. The more you try to suppress them, the more you open up a new gate for them. The more you try to suppress them, the more you open a new gate. This is outside the shores of... You know China. You know what China is made of. But Nigerian news will not carry this. Nigerian news will never report this man. Nigerian news will never report him. They will not interview. The House of Senate or whatever, they will never call him and honor him. Never. More especially for him representing the Igbo people with this attire. They will never recognize him. The media will never talk about it. But if this man had run into trouble in China, maybe with counterfeit, or maybe he was caught in drugs, or maybe there was a fraudulent act that this man performed, Abike Dabiri will be in the front line. You go to the page of Abike Dabiri, you will see him. You will see it there. He will come to Nigeria and make speech how the Igbos are spoiling their name. The hatred on the Igbo Biafrans, more especially, is unheard of. And the attack on Biafra, on Igbo people, is attack on Biafra. The reason they are focused on Igbos is because they know that Igbos are the powerhouse of Biafra. It is not out of pride. It is an assignment that Chukwu Okeke have given the Igbo Biafrans, and they are holding on to it diligently. It doesn't mean that our brothers are not doing anything. Our Ijon brothers that are in the struggle are doing marvelously well. Our Ibanke brothers, they are doing very, very well. Our Edo brothers in the struggle, they are doing excellently well. The Ibibio brothers and sisters are doing well. Everybody's doing well. But at the same time, the majority of the people that has the largest population is the Igbos, and they are using that their population to the advantage of the Biafra and for every tribe in that very Biafra. That is what we are supposed to do. This is the kind of message we are supposed to be sending across the world. Even if you do not join us to speak as a Biafra, even if you don't join us, no problem. Like this man now, he might not be able to join us in our Biafra quest, but he is focused now, building a good name for Igbo nation. He's representing well. With this kind of a thing, a time will come when these people will come on board. And when they come on board and present a case, there is no country in the world they present a case that is not be responded to. Like the one in Ghana. You see the difference. The man in Ghana is a businessman. This one is a businessman. But the way they present their businesses are different. The one in Ghana is introducing himself as a king in Ghana. But this one, the government of China are the ones advertising him. You see the difference? When you do your job extremely well, you earn. This man have earned his respect. You don't demand it. I can say the one in Ghana today is demanding respect, but this man have earned his respect. That a government will begin to post his pictures across their airports, international airport, that when you arrive, you see his picture. And you ask question. First of all, when you look at his attire, you don't need to be told. This is Siago, you ask, who is this? Why is he dressed in this form? Africa, which part of Africa? They will tell you, he's an Igbo man, a Biafra. Those people who are talking about Biafra, they say yes. Unlike the man in Ghana, who is trying to advertise himself. And you see, when he began to advertise himself and got into trouble, they still called Biafra into it. They say he was doing that for Biafra. Biafra was still mentioned in the case of the same way Biafra, this is the same way Biafra we mentioned in the case of this very man you're saying here, Obonna. But the two approaches are different. Both of them might have a genuine reason to do what they're doing, not to harm anybody. But the way you present it is different. One is bringing propaganda, blackmail, trouble, and one is bringing promotion. These are the kind of things Biafrans are supposed to be doing any place they find themselves. Any place you find yourself as a Biafran, you don't have to wait for people to come and call you to do. Look at this thing that this man is doing is what every other person is supposed to be doing. Represent Biafra, represent the Igbos diligently wherever you are. Because we know we are hated across the world. When people do things, others overlook it. But when we do it, nobody will overlook it. They will not overlook it. When people do things and we do the same thing, they will blow it out of proportion. Just like when they talk about Igbos doing fake good, doing this fake. If you go to China today, there is a market meant for those counterfeit products. If you come, you want to buy it, it's up to you. Nobody will tie a rope on your neck and say you must buy it. In China today, there are places where they manufacture counterfeit goods. You see this Samsung phone, you see Samsung, you see Samsung phone, you see the fake one, you see the original one. You see iPhone, exact carbon copy, photocopy of it. Everything have a copy in China, including the cities of China. Including in China, you can get London inside China. China have a place where they decorated like when you enter there, you think it's London. They have Paris in China. They have White House in China. All these things we are done, but they were done orderly. They were done orderly. They have a place meant for them. And if you want them, you go there. Everybody will have access to what they want. But in Nigeria, what they will tell you, oh, Igbos are the one doing fake goods. Igbos are doing fake goods. They are the one doing fake. Everywhere you go, they are the one doing fake goods, fake this, fake that. But in China, the government organized this. People come from all parts of the world and they patronize them at the same time. Citizens also who cannot afford the original go there and buy. And they use that to build the economy. Today, China has the biggest economy in the world. China is the biggest economy in the world. See building. But in the zoo, they don't care. All their own job in the zoo is to make sure they put down the Biafran people. That is the only assignment the Nigerian government have. The only assignment Nigerian government have, make sure that the Biafran people do not rise up. That is the assignment the British gave to the Caliphate. The British gave the Caliphate that job, and they are doing it perfectly well. As if that is not enough. They are doing it very, very well. If you don't understand that this is the job that we're given, when you go and listen to that statement of Ahmadu Bello when he was asked about the Igbos, when he was complaining about the Igbos, when the British man asked him, why are you so obsessed about the Igbos? Why this obsession? Why this obsession? Ahmadu Bello did not say we did anything wrong. He didn't say we took the life of their people. He didn't say we stole their land. He didn't say we defrauded them. The only complaint Ahmadu Bello did was that we don't agree to be under. We don't agree to stay down. That even when they oppress us and put us in a labor camp, we will emerge as a hero in that labor camp. And he used the word dominate. Instead of him to say that these people are extremely hardworking, that you can't compete with them, he's supposed to say that they are hardworking. Their level of hard work is so much that we can't compete with them. They're hardworking people. No matter how you treat them, they will always survive. But he decided to coin the word dominate. In that domination, did they use weapon to dominate you? No. Do they use any charm to dominate you? No. How do they dominate you? They work hard to attain to any height they aspire for. That is what they are afraid of. And Lokman and Fodio and Ahmadu Bello made that statement and said that they will never ever allow us to be in leadership. That instead of them to allow us to be in leadership, they will go and employ an expatriate outside. And even that expatriate, if they cannot get, they will take from other tribes in Nigeria, not even the Igbo Biafran, other tribe. And anybody they take must be on contract. That message was handed over to every Fulani Janjaweed, and today, that is the message they are carrying around. That is the message they are carrying around. That is why a Fulani will tell you that Nigeria belongs to them, and you think he's joking. A Fulani will tell you that he wants to possess Nigeria, you think he's joking. You are the one joking. You are the one that is a joker. When you see a Fulani claiming Nigeria as his own, you think it's a joke. It is not a joke. He knows what he's saying. This is a written agreement between them and the British. And the British continue to support them directly and indirectly. And there's nothing you can do about it. Do you realize that every time the British come to Nigeria, they visit the north? They visit the Sultan of Sokoto. Every time they send the delegates, even from their king, from their palace. Every time they send a delegate, they go to north, they visit the north. You cannot see them in Edo State to see the Oba of Benin. You cannot see them in Anambra State to see the Bio furniture. You can't see them in the south to go and see the Alafia for York. No. Anytime they send a delegate, it is to the caliphate in the north. And some of you still don't get it. You don't get it. When a Fulani man tell you he wants to possess his property, and as long as you continue to bear that name Nigeria, as long as you continue to work with that name Nigeria, you are the property of the Fulanis. Take it or leave it. It is a bitter truth, but I have to say it. That is why the Biafran people have walked out of that very contracts. Biafrans have taken themselves out of that very contract, and the Fulanis have no power over us. That is why today they are outraged and they are coming with war. If you think it's not going to happen, it is going to happen. They will not go back. They are fighting for what is theirs, according to the agreement they reached with the West. You can continue to pretend and say, oh, God forbid, God forbid. God forbid will not stop it. Okay? Today is Sunday. I went to church just like you. I don't miss my church service. I don't miss my church service every Sunday I go in. And I don't forget about the issue of Biafra anywhere I am. When we speak this through, some of you say, oh, God forbid, it will not happen. It's not possible. It is happening already. It is happening already. And the Fulanese have a logical argument. It is a contract signed and sealed, a business deal between them and the UK. It is only the reasonable people that have the strong IQ that will take themselves out. You fight and fight, remove yourself from that contract. If you continue to stay in that contract called Nigeria, you are done. You are done. You are done. But some of us, we don't pay attention. Instead of you focusing on that major project that will take us out of the hand and the contract of Fulani, the British made us as a product for the Fulani to use. A product. We are the product that was sold to the Fulanis. Instead of you to fight and let all of us get out, some of you are looking at the Igbo Biafrans as your problems. It is the Igbo Biafrans, they are your problems. In any time you come online, oh, I'm not Igbo, I'm not Igbo, oh, Igbo this, Igbo that. Not only that, you come to us that there are some of us still that are Igbo that are very, very foolish, idiotic, and devilish. Go and see how they are disgracing themselves online today. People that call themselves Igbos, that they are fighting for Biafra. How many factions? Can you count them? Different factions. Even Mazen Nandekano, with his great personality that have been recognized across the world. Every activist in the world have recognized the activism of Mazen Nandekano, but yet some Biafran people don't recognize him. Up to today, there are still some Biafrans that are calling Mazen Nandekano a terrorist. And those people still claim that they are fighting for Biafra. Up to today, as we are hosting this program, what is today's date? 14th of July. There are people today that are still calling Mazen Nandekano a terrorist, even when Mazen Nandekano is in the court of Nigeria, winning his cases. There are some of them that are there calling Mazen Simon Ekpa a terrorist, even when they know he is not a terrorist and has never been and will never be. They continue to push that narrative. There are some that devote themselves to be the only thing they won't even call Fulani terrorists. The people they see as terrorists is their own brothers and sisters. They go to their platform and continue to address Biafrans as terrorists. And you think after calling your brother a terrorist, then they will see you as an innocent person. You are mad. You are an idiot. You are a complete idiot. For you to think that after tarnishing the image of your brother or your sister, then people will look you as responsible. You are the most foolish man on the planet Earth. We must wake up from our sleep. The enemy is there 24/7, trying to pull us down. Why are you not paying attention? Why are you not paying attention? The enemy is always here, trying to drag us down. Why are you not paying attention? Why do you think it is just business as usual? Why are you not taking this serious? You see the havoc the enemy is doing. You see the destruction that the enemy is doing in Biafra land. You see their plans. Their plans is no longer hidden. Warning has been coming again and again. Mazen Nandekano warned and warned and warned and warned until it became so much. Mazen Nandekano moved to take action. They did not even wait for him to take action, and they took him out. Mazen Simon Ekpa came, began to plan to protect the land. They could not wait. They took him out. And up to this moment, some of you are not still yet convinced. You still have the time to talk nonsense about your people. excuse me, Nigerian government is a terrorist government. The whole world knows about that. Terrorist government of Nigeria. And we know that they have the wealth. The money they have is our money. They can use our money and resources to bribe the whole world. They have just bribed Finland. Nigerian government have bought over Finland. Unbelievable. Do you believe that will happen? We never knew it would come to that. Do you ever believe that Nigerian government will succeed in buying Finland? You can't believe it. But with the resources we have in Biafra land, you can buy anybody. That is why we want to take back our land and use our resources positively for the owners of the land. We don't want to use it for bribery. You can imagine the same government that Finland is working for. Another government rejected them and called them out for their evil. A terrorist government that sponsors terrorism, yet some people continue to support it. There is one beautiful post I saw by one of our brother, Christopher Okenwa. I am going to read it. I'm going to bring it up and read it so that everybody can learn from that very write-up. It's a very, very interesting one, a very interesting write-up. So I want us to look at this write-up. Let us look at this write-up and read it together. A very good piece that was posted by Christopher Okenwa. I widen it so that you can see it while I am reading it. Christopher Okenwa posted this on X. It said, "Do the Finnish authority possess the same information as Canada, or have they been compromised by the Nigerian genocidal regime?" Of course, the question is yes, they have been compromised. Our brother Christopher Okenwa wrote this. Do the Finnish authorities possess the same information as Canada, or have they been compromised by Nigerian genocidal regime? The answer is yes. I answer you. And he went ahead to explain. Canadian judge calls Nigerian police evil force, denies permanent residence to ex-corporal. You can imagine. An ex-corporal was denied permanent residency. If a country cannot honor a policeman to give him residence, at least for their post, because these are the lawmakers, the peacekeepers, the people that are supposed to be the most disciplined, if they are denied permanent residence because of their evil and distrust, how can anybody begin to deal with the government that they represent? You can imagine. Canadian judge calls Nigerian police evil force, denies permanent residence to ex-corporal. Justice Yvan Roy of the Federal Court of Canada, Ottawa, denies Monday Iyangbe Iriato, a former corporal of the Nigerian police force, permanent residency in Canada on the ground of his association with the force, which he accused of being corrupt. Did you see that? The reason this man was denied permanent residency because he was a police, Nigerian police. And immediately the judge saw that he's a Nigerian police. The whole world know that Nigerian police are corrupt. Likewise, Nigerian army, they are corrupt. And because this man is served as a Nigerian police, that is the only ground upon which he was denied permanent residency in Canada. You know, when we talk about the evil of Nigeria, some of you don't know the implication. Both those of them who are not Igbos, those one Nigerians, you don't know the implication of carrying that name Nigeria. It will make you lose a lot. This man lost permanent residence because he served as a police. But in the other way around, if Nigeria were to be a country, for the fact that the man served as a police is supposed to be an advantage. Serving as a police in any country is supposed to be an advantage for you to get a visa, get a residence, get any document across the world, because police are known to be the most disciplined people, citizens of any country. But look at here. This man was denied permanent residence in Canada because he served as a police force. These are the reasons. Having been denied permanent residence by immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada (IRCC), Mr. Eriato proceeded to court to seek judicial redress. Just imagine. The judge said the Nigerian police had a policy requirement for officers to rape, maim, torture, enslave, disappear, and murder Nigerians, adding all these were in violation of the Rome Statute in crime against humanity. You can imagine. Country like Canada have this information. Are you telling me that Finland do not have this information on their table? Are you telling me that Finland did not have this information? Every country of the world that have their embassy in Nigeria has this information that this Canadian judge has. Probably this Canadian judge must have not visited Nigeria before, but the informations are valuable and research he has made before coming to this case. That was why he was able to provide these things. And a judge will not come, a judge in the West will not just come and pronounce something without evidence. There are numerous evidence to back up these claims of this judge. Let me read it again. The judge said the Nigerian police had a policy requirement for officers to rape, maim, torture, enslave, disappear, murder Nigerians, adding all of these were in violation of Rome Statute on crime against humanity. This man is telling you that Nigerian law, Nigerian police permits their forces to commit crime against humanity. Committing crime against humanity is one of the requirements needed for you to be a member of the police force in Nigeria. Do you understand? A Canadian judge is trying to explain this for you. Those of you who are Biafrans, those of you who are one Nigerianist and you don't know what is happening in your country. A Canadian judge is explaining it. So you don't know. Canadian judge is telling you here that one of the requirements you need to have for you to join Nigerian forces is to be able to commit crime against humanity. That is how bad it is. With these informations, still yet, Finland authority take on our prime minister who is fighting to secure his home, who is fighting to secure his people and save them from the hand of the enemy. Mr. Erieto, as a member of the police force, was complicit in those crimes because he could not have been unaware of the repeated and systematic act of violence and torture. The Canadian judge stated the fact that they remain within the force, and because of his position, he was said by the minister as having made a significant contribution to the crime. Do you understand? This is what a judge in Canada was telling a police officer who went to seek asylum, to seek permanent residence in Canada. He was rejected because he is part of those committing crime against humanity. The man mentioned it. He mentioned it. He didn't hide. He said, the judge said the Nigerian police had a policy requirement for officers to rape, maim, torture, enslave, disappear, murder Nigerians. Adding all of these were a violation of the Rome Statutes on crime against humanity. And he went further to tell that with the position of this man as a police officer that he is, he played a major role in crime against humanity. He was part and parcel of the crime against humanity, and for that, he will not be given asylum or permanent residence in Canada. So after seeing this, when you see Biafrans online telling you that they are gone for good, you need to applaud them and clap for them. If you are a one Nigerianist, whether you are from Oduduwa, you're from Middle Belt, or from the North, you should applaud the Biafrans from getting out of Nigeria. A systemic destruction of the people is what the government supports. Today, United States have placed their visa restrictions. And when you see their politicians online, they are talking rubbish. They are giving useless reasons why that visa restriction was given. It is because of their criminal attitude. Their president is a fraudster. He has a fraudulent case in the US. And yet you come online, you see them defending it. Saying that the US, because the US told them to take prisoners and put it there, bringing different kinds of cock and bull stories. Nigerian government are shameless people. Nigerians, people that defend and call themselves Nigerians are shameless, and they are the worst, the most useless people on the planet Earth. Instead of repenting, they are busy painting that word, trying to interpret it and give it different kinds of name. And what we are saying, does it mean that the Finland authority don't have this information that this Canadian judge have? And I hope Alex Stop will see this post. This was a very wonderful post. I hope that this clown that called himself Alex Stop, I hope he will see it. I hope he will see this post. This question is for him. Because I don't see why he will see all this and you are still backing up, working hand in hand with a terrorist government. And this Canadian judge also have proved that everything we are calling Nigeria is what they are. Everything we are calling Nigeria is what they are. This is another update here that was also posted here. You see, why Ojukwu declared Biafra. These are the reasons Ojukwu declared Biafra. Massacre of Ndi Igbo in northern Nigeria. Breakdown of trust in Nigerian unity. Failure of the Aburi Accord. Unfair power structure and marginalization. Protection of Eastern resources. Failure of dialogue and political solution. Popular pressure from the Eastern people. It's Ojukwu Declaration, May 30, 1967. These are the reasons. Even up till now, this is why we will not be part of Nigeria. These reasons. Everybody should have this, a copy of this. Everybody should keep a copy of this. These are the reasons we will never ever be. You know, when they want to talk in Nigeria, they will pick only this number 4. This number 4 is the only one they pick. When people want to talk, some of those one Nigerians who are Biafrans, when they say, we know we are marginalized, we know that the power structure is unfair power structure, they will pick only this one, this number 4. That is what the present day one Nigerian is. Those idiotic people that are Biafrans, when they want to speak, they'll pick only one. But look at it. About 8 reasons, and these 8 reasons are still happening as we speak. Massacre of Ndi Igbo in the northern Nigeria. The massacre of Ndi Igbos today is not even happening in northern Nigeria. It has come down to the Biafra land. This time, it was in northern Nigeria, but today, they are conducting the massacre in our own land. Breakdown of trust in Nigeria unity. Today, the breakdown of the trust have become worse than ever. We can never, ever, there is nothing like trust between every tribe of Nigeria. Never, and there will never be. The breakdown of trust is worse than ever. Failure of Aburi Accord. The Aburi Accord failed, even still failing today. Even when they are trying to bring it in, the North have refused. Even the Yorubas don't support it. Forget when they talk about restructuring, they don't support it. They don't support it because they know that when you give this restructuring, which was the Aburi Accord, that it is going to favor the Biafran people. They know it is going to do, so they will never support it. They will never. You see, the one they push, everyone that come, they will restructure the one that failed them. They come, they restructure the tax this and the tax whatever. The tax, there's the one they restructured. The one they say they will be sharing the tax. They bring any tax you collect in every the VAT, sharing of the VAT. And the VAT will be shared according to the people that brought it and how they brought it. And that one, they know that that one favors them because Lagos State have the highest VAT. Who are those ones paying that VAT in Lagos State? Is it not the Igbo Biafrans? Is it not the Igbo Biafran that paying the VAT? But because it favors them, they have restructured that particular one that favors them. That particular one that favors the Yorubas, they have restructured it, making the VAT. They have restructured it that the VAT will be shared only with the state that owns it will take the higher and bring a little to the center, to their own favor. But they are booty accord. Up to today, they don't want to say it. People will only talk about this number 4, unfair power structure and marginalization. This one is the order of the day. Protection of Eastern resources. Up to today, our resources cannot be protected. They destroy it, they sell it out, they use it to borrow money. Today, it is our gas in Igbo land, the gas in Biafra land. That is the gas they are struggling to sell to the Europe. They have already laid the pipe all the way from Biafra land to Europe without our consent. Protection of Eastern resources. Up to today, that problem is still there. Failure of dialogue and political solution. They don't even allow the dialogue. No political solution works. They don't allow dialogue. Look at, we are talking about conducting a referendum. That's what Mazin Nanikano was asking for. Mazin Nanikano say, conduct a referendum. If Biafra referendum fails, I will drop the call for Biafra. He said, if the Biafra referendum fails, I will drop the call for Biafra. Did they call him for meeting? They didn't even call him for dialogue. They didn't call, instead they plan to kill him. They never want to discuss. Even look at his case now. When political solution, some people went for political solution, they rejected it. They rejected political solution completely. That is number 6. Number 7, popular pressure from the Eastern people. Today, that pressure is higher than ever to go out of Nigeria. You see our self-referendum, more than 60 million people vote and say they want to go out. More than 60 million vote. And finally, Ojukwu declared Biafra on the 30th May, 1967. And today, we have now declared Biafra again on the 29th of November, 2024. So every single thing, they are still there. Everything, all these things are still there. The problem is still there. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to address it. That is why we have finally gotten out of this zoological republic. We have walked out and there is no going back. And it continued. How the Biafran War began in July 6, 1967. Let's read. The Biafran War was a tragic and bloody conflict between the federal government of Nigeria and the secessionist state of Biafra, led by Lieutenant Colonel Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu. The war lasted for 30 months, ending in January 1970, resulting into the death of over 5 million people, mostly civilians who died from starvation and diseases. Declaration of Biafra. On May 30th, 1967, Ojukwu declared the Eastern region as the independent Republic of Biafra. He cited the Nigerian government's failure to protect Easterns, the collapse of the true federalism, and continued pogrom against Ndibo in the north. The federal government viewed this move as a secessionist rebellion, setting the stage for open conflict. Outbreak of war, July 6, 1967. At exactly 6:38 a.m. on July 6, 1967, the Biafran War officially began. Troops of the Nigerian Army under Lieutenant Colonel Mohammed Shua and with artillery support from Lieutenant Colonel Gado Nasco, launched a two-pronged invasion into Biafra through Gariki in present-day Cross River State. The federal offensive aimed to crush the rebellion and reclaim the breakaway territory. Nigerian troops advanced from the northern and western flank, while Biafran forces prepare a determined defense to preserve their fledgling nation. Initial military strategy. The federal government invasion, a swift police action to restore units within 7 days, but they underestimated Biafran resolve, as they are still underestimating us. They are still underestimating us, but they underestimated Biafran resolve. Under Chukwuemeka Ojukwu leadership, the Biafran army mounted strong defenses and even launched a counter-offensive into the Midwest, rigid briefly threatening to capture Lagos. The war escalated into a full-blown conflict, with both sides committing enormous resources. International media soon began reporting on the catastrophic humanitarian crisis unfolding in Biafra. Legacy of July 6, 1967. The event of July 6 marked the beginning of one of the darkest chapters in African history. What started as a military operation quickly turned into a humanitarian disaster. Images of starving Biafran children shocked the world and drew global aid. Although the Biafran War ended in 1970, its scales remains deeply etched in Nigerian politics, memories, national identity. July 6 stands as a symbol of the devastating cost of unresolved national tension. Up to today, they have not resolved it all. The Biafran War began with artillery fire in Garkin and evolved into a desperate struggle for survival, justice, identity. It was born from political betrayal, anti-Igbo massacre, and the failure of the Aburi Accord. That first gunshot did not just signal war, it opened a wound that still resonates across the Southeast and the nation today. Remember, it was federal troops that first fired artillery in Biafra. Remember that. It was Nigerian government that fired shot first. We were always on defense. Remember, it was Nigerian federal troop that fired artillery in Biafra. Lieutenant Colonel Gadonasco, who hailed from Niger State, fired the first shot in Garkin. They were the first people to fire. This genocidal claim over 5 million Igbos' lives. It is believed that every Igbo household lost at least one relative to the war. Very true. The genocide claim over 5 million Igbos. The genocide of the Civil War claimed over 5 million Igbo lives. It is believed that every Igbo household lost at least one relative to the war. We say Ozemena. Ozemena. We say Ozemena. We don't just say Ozemena and keep silent. We have to prepare. We have to prepare because they are ready to do it again and again and again. So, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching, most of these informations are very, very important. And this is another piece again written by our brother Christopher Okemwa. And I'm going to read this piece again from Christopher Okemwa. Dear Biafrans, when the genocidal Nigerian regime call you secessionists, ask them, what exactly are we succeeding from? As Flora Shaw, the British colonial officer, who coined the name Nigeria, herself admitted Nigeria was not a proper name, nor did it refer to any existing nation on the map. It was merely an English expression created to lump together a collection of native states. So frame three, it had no shared identity, no organic unity, only an imperial designation. So ask them, what are you succeeding for? United States of Biafra, a confederation of native states. The Republic of Biafra, declared in 1967 and reaffirmed in November 29, 2024, was never an ethnic state. It was and remained a confederation of indigenous nations reasserting their historical sovereignty. The United States of Biafra include Igbos, Ijaws, Efiks, Ibibios, Anangs, Ogonis, and others. A coalition of native polities bound by shared history, geography, and political will, proceeding for native sovereignty. International history is replete with precedent where native or suppressed nations have rightfully acclaimed their sovereignty. Namibia from South Africa, Eritrea from Ethiopia, South Sudan from Sudan, Singapore from Malaysia, Kosovo from Serbia, Pakistan from India. These are people that have succeeded, and it's not a problem, it's not a big deal. So we're not the first people. Biafra stand in the tradition of just and legitimate movement. What time means for Biafra. What this means for Biafra. Given the ongoing systemic persecution and genocide of Biafran through Christians under the Nigerian regime, the native states within Biafra are fully justified in their claim to self-determination they possesses. The moral right to withdraw from a hostile and artificial union, the historical foundation for a distinct political identity, the legal right under international law to seek sovereignty and nationhood. According to Vice President of European Commission, Russia's defeat is not a bad thing, and she supports the disintegration of Russia into smaller sovereign nation. If that principle holds, then why is her voice absent when it comes to Nigeria? That is the double standard we're talking about. The global conspiracy we're talking about. Whose forced unity has resulted in millions of brutal deaths and ongoing atrocity? Why the silence on Nigerian-owned colonial construction, sustained at the cost of countless indigenous lives? In conclusion, the idea of native states offers a compelling moral, historical, and legal framework for Biafra sovereign claims. This is not secession, it is restoration, the awakening of sovereign indigenous nations that were submerged into the colonial fiction called Nigeria. Wherever you find yourself as a Biafra, time has come for us to stand up and do what we have to do. And in that quote of Flora Shaw, this is the original copy of the quote of Flora Shaw, the person that gave them that name, Nigeria. This is the original quote. This is it. Settlement of Northern Nigeria by Flora Shaw. You can imagine. Lady Lugard. You can imagine. The girlfriend of Lord Lugard. Let's read what is written here. The Benue, of which the administration was only assumed by the British government on the 1st January 1900. By this occupation, an entirely new chapter has been opened in the relation of Great Britain with the West Africa. Nigeria, as well called our latest dependency, is not properly a name. Did you see that? The person that named this Nigeria is saying here that Nigeria is not even a name. The woman that gave that name is writing here, look at it. Nigeria, as well called our latest. Dependency is not properly a name. It cannot be found upon a map. That name, you know, there anywhere for map. That is 10 years old. It is only an English expression. Nigeria is just an English expression which has been made to comprehend a number of native states covering over 500,000 square meters of territory in that part of the world, which we call the Western South Sudan. Ancient geography called the same section of Africa sometimes Sudan, sometimes Ethiopia, sometimes Nigritia, sometimes Telawon, sometimes and more often Jenawish. You see, all these are informations that are being digged out for the people who want to defend Nigeria with their power, with all their life. People who want to die because of Nigeria. You are defending as something that doesn't have meaning. Just an English expression that was made by the girlfriend of Lord Lugard. Today you want to die with it. You want to keep people because of it. My fellow Biafrans, I think we have had enough for today. We are going to continue this message tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Kabiam. Wherever you are, wherever you find yourself, you must always understand that the only solution for us is to walk out of the zoo. We must leave Nigeria by fire, by force. We must establish our own nation as we have started. That declaration on the 29th must stand. It doesn't matter how many people they take their life. It doesn't matter how many properties they destroy. It doesn't matter what they do. We are going to fight it until we are free. May Chukwu Kabiam continue to guide and protect every single one of us as Biafrans. We will never give up. No matter what they do, we will never give up. Nigerian government is a terrorist government, and they are the one who have brought insecurity in our land. They destabilized our land, brought death to our land. Nigeria and the British are the source of the problem you have in the land of Biafra. And before I close, I want us to use this video to close the program. Let us listen to what this guy had to say on this very video to close this program. Government is attacking them. I'm going to share this video. Let us listen. Another proof that it is Nigerian government that is in charge of the insecurity we see in Biafra land. They are the one destabilizing Biafra land. They are the one creating the chaos in Biafra land. Let us hear from this man. The federal government is attacking them. Okay. The Southeast geopolitical zone was destabilized by Abuja. How? Well, it started with police stations being attacked. You go to some place like Imo State, they attack the police station. The military this thing is that of the OPNZ, they are just minutes away. Other military formations are there. They sack the prison. Nobody will do anything. All over the east. Who was sacking the prisons, attacking the police station? Those people who were organized to attack those police stations and prisons were releasing prisons. That was where it started. No, I'm not saying IPOB. I said those thugs who were attacking were doing those things. But the central point I'm making is that you can't have a government in place and they sack a police station today, no defense. They sack a second one tomorrow, no defense. They sack 10 police stations in the state, no defense. This thing who was attacking the police station? The IPOB. You asked me that question. I said, no, I don't attribute those attacks to them. The people who should have answered their question are the government functionaries who had the means and the wherewithal to counter those attacks.
But that was leading to answering your question, the destabilization of the Southeast political zone. Okay. Now, when Buhari was military head of state, he organized with some ex-Israeli security agents to go and kidnap Umar Diko in London and bring him back to this country. They kidnapped Umar Diko, they took him to Stansted Airport, they created him, dropped him, but the Scotland Yard police department, they found out and released the man. 30 years later, when he became civilian head of state, he went to Kenya and seized Nnamdi Kanu and brought him back in. That is at the heart of the instability in the country now. The Supreme Court has said, release this man. The Supreme Court is the highest judicial authority. If you release Nnamdi Kanu today, I tell you, the chances of peace returning will be 90%. Why? A lot of the disorder you see in the Southeast zone now is tied to sit at home.
Who ordered sit at home in the first place?
Oh, when it started, it was IPOB. Initially, at that time, nobody was forced to sit at home. People did it willingly, who liked. If you didn't like, you went your way, nobody stopped you. Now, you have multiple voices ordering sit at homes. There's one fellow who is in Finland,
Simon Ekpa.
he orders sit at home. Sometimes he says people should buy food stop and stay indoors for 2 weeks. Such ridiculous things. There are all kinds of names.
When you hear a one Nigerian is speaking, you know, a one Nigeria will always be a one Nigeria. They can never speak the truth. They always come with half truth. After these idiots have confirmed that it is Nigerian government that is destabilizing the Southeast, all of a sudden, he jumped into Simon Ekpa to begin to confuse himself. Talking about enforcing, nobody enforced sit at home. Simon Ekpa never enforced sit at home. Neither did anybody did. Nobody did. And this clown that is talking doesn't know about the sit at home, because if he had known about the sit at home, he wouldn't be saying what he's saying. He doesn't know the history of sit at home. If he knows the history of sit at home, he won't be saying what he's saying. But this is the way the one Nigerians speak. When they begin to talk, they will always tell you half truth. But each time we catch them, Chukwu will come and force them to take the truth, and we use the truth they speak to preach our message and destroy their lives. As of sit at home, no single human being authorized to enforce it at home. And this idiot have forgotten that there were members of DSS that was caught on camera enforcing sit at home. Policemen were caught on camera enforcing sit at home. He have forgotten that. And now he bounds on Master Simon Ekpa. They will only look for a cheap spot where they can be able to exercise their madness.
Some of them nicknames of ordering sit at home, sit at home, sit at home.
We are accusing Nnamdi Kanu of instigating the crisis and the instability in the Southeast.
Then if you want to do that, you have the freedom to do that. You have the freedom to accuse any other person you like. But I'm not going to be party to that kind of antipathy. And that's not the way I function. I'm telling you, ask me a question, and I'm answering, Abuja destabilized the Southeast zone. They can stabilize it again by releasing this man who the Supreme Court said
he was released before. Did that bring peace to the Southeast?
After he was released, what happened?
What happened?
They went to his father's house and sacked the place, killed people and destroyed the whole place.
Before the father's house was sacked, what happened?
I don't know what happened. Tell me what happened. I'm not a tape recorder because
you live in the Southeast.
I don't live in Abia State.
You don't know what happened.
And whatever is in the news, if you are in Scotland, you will see, you will know it. If you are in South Africa, if you are in Bermuda, you will still know. So you will also know that.
I know Chuksule Bunam is a village man.
Yes, I am a village man.
He lives in the village.
I do.
You understand what goes on in the Southeast.
I understand what goes on in my village.
Your ears are on the ground.
Your ears are also on the ground. Are they not? Yeah, ears are also on the ground.
So Tinubu releasing Nnamdi Kanu now. That is what you are saying.
Yes, because people who have similar charges like himself are being released. So already is in freedom back to the US. This other guy of the Mieti there is in freedom and do his whatever is his business enough in Nigeria. And this man, the Supreme Court has said release this. So you have got to be told why they think that this man cannot be released. And let me make a final point. Why I'm saying this is I believe that there will be some kind of order. Everybody claims to be IPOB. Everybody claims to be ESM. We don't know who is who because we are not members of their organization. But I'm saying that if you have Nnamdi Kanu out and he says, cease sit at homes, any other alternate voice that comes in will be dealt with.
Well, he has said it from the courts.
They said they didn't believe him that he was the person who said it. It is not they said they don't believe it that he's under duress, that he's still in captivity. Bring him out.
And hopefully Tinubu will bring him out.
Yes, hopefully.
The Igbo nation is speaking out.
In fact, if I were the man, I won't wait for the Igbo nation to do the right thing. I will do the right thing and wait for them to applaud me if they like. If you have the right thing to do not wait to be told before you do the right thing.
That is it. Do the right thing. Don't wait for anybody to tell you to do the right thing. But even you that is sitting there, you are not doing the right thing. Most of them are very good in talking. They come, they talk, blah, blah, blah. And that ends. It is sad. Well, I saw my beloved brother Maxwell here. I think maybe he had a call and he left. And my Sunday program is just 1 hour. Today I've been here 1 hour, 30 minutes. And I appreciate everybody that have been with us on this program. We are going to continue the program tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to continue the program. And everyone that is out there, please try and join us on time tomorrow. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, subscribe, like, and share to other platforms. Make sure you invite people to join us. Tomorrow we are going to be back starting our program normal, the same time we start our program in the morning. I hope every one of you will be there. Please make sure you touch your notification bell so that you'll be notified immediately we come online. You can join us and we'll kick it off. I can see many of my brothers that joined me today. SO, you are always here. Thank you so much, my brother SO. I thank you for being part of the program today. I appreciate you. Many Biafrans who were able to make it on Sunday, even though they are busy, they are still here. I can see Adobe Chimaroke. You are here. Emmanuel is also here. Iwu Biafra is here. Oh, I appreciate every one of you. Anthony Adimo are here. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate everyone that have joined. And I can see who again? This is your name, eh? This your name is very, very somehow. I see that name. Each time I see that name, it brings laughter. I'll burst out in laughter. Let me see who again. Ogripo is there. Yes. I see Easy Way. Thank you for joining, Easy Way. I see Angelis Ken. Angelis, thank you. Irem Emmanuel, thank you so much. Chidubem Emmanuel, you all here this evening. DJ Daga, this is our member. Thank you so much. Mabel Igbe, you are here. Thank you, Mabel, you're here. Emeka Lamichi, thank you, Emeka. Appreciate every one of you. Gerard DK, you're here. SO, my brother, you're always here. You're always here. One of our strong member of this platform, always supporting and doing what he has to do. Thank you so much, SO. I appreciate you. Noah, Michael, thank you so much, Noah. I appreciate you. Chukwuemeka Ogwike, thank you so much, Chukwuemeka, for being part of the program. I appreciate you. We must continue to do what we have to do and preach our message. Ifeko Dimma, thank you, Ifeko. I appreciate you for being there. Thank you so much. Olao Mafest. Who is that? Olao Mafest. Thank you, Olao, for joining. I appreciate you, Olao. Emauche. Amuche. Oh, wow. Amuche, my brother, you're here. Amuche, thank you so much for joining, Amuche. So we have come to the end of the program. We are going to continue tomorrow by the grace of Chukwuka. Tomorrow morning we will continue. Noah Michael, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone. I really appreciate your support. We are doing this together. The message, we are preaching it together. As you are there, you are supporting, you are giving me the courage to come in with any single opportunity I have. I will never be tired. As long as you guys are here, liking the program, helping me to share and get this message out, I will always be here to bring out my own part of knowledge and wisdom, and joining with yours, we can move mountain. Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow by the grace of God. Thank you and stay blessed. Bye-bye. May Chukwu Kabiam guide and protect you all.
Yeah, my dear, on the beat.
I see Mommy Nkechi, a rapper don't tell she the new for grave where my uche day Papa Emeka. Don't blind from growing, Peking don't fall, now watch up I'm raw. Me self they shake my hand no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today now dust we more. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know they.
Need the voice from under the soil. Brother, no let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she knows I be this woe. I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
No, make we try yo. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts, we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
Oh, make we try yo.
Back up joints with a trembling, oh, hey. If we no join our children.
This is my wicked word. This is my Confucian word. Listen to Palibran. I will be telling you a story about one lady girl. Polly they go to work. Polly they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. The river they go. The river they go. Opposite Udi. But the rocky hand the side. Along Gusukudu road. I see people run. I see people run. Then I ask the driver. The driver waiting they happen. The driver waiting they happen. The driver tell the funny boy. See no day for talk. See no day for talk. If better you take your eye and see. Then I call the driver. The driver waiting. The driver waiting. This is like wicked word. This is like a push word. Listen to